Hanging around after last orders, still so far from home.
Hi Virgo, welcome to your January 2025 horoscope. Happy New Year. I hope the new year is going okay so far. Hasn't been very long, but I hope it's been a good time so far. I am very excited to share with you that I am hosting an in-person event here in Amsterdam, the Netherlands on January 25th, together with Atelier Clay. We're hosting a workshop in circle with pottery and astrology. We'll be building a bowl using hand building techniques while having a discussion about the 2025 astrology. So if you want to meet me in person, you live close by, make sure that you email this email on the screen to reserve your spots. And if you want more details about the event, I'll leave all of that down below in the comments for you. We start off the month on January 3rd with an opposition between Mars and Pluto. This opposition takes place in your 12th and 6th houses, Virgo. So you might be feeling some power struggles, maybe some frustrating feelings, some feelings of stop and go when it comes to your spirituality and when it comes to your day-to-day routine. Perhaps you're struggling getting a good routine going now that the new year is here. And perhaps you are facing this difficulty between how much do you want to be, present in the real moment, focusing on your body, on your routine, on taking care of yourself, versus removing yourself and focusing much more on spirituality and what's beyond this world. So you might find that there's a bit of tension between these two areas of your life. I will add that on this day, Venus also enters Pisces, or your 7th house. So what could help you with this opposition is relying on your partner, relying on that relationship that you have formed with them. And you might find that that helps you through this bit more difficult period. 3 days later, on January 6th, Mars has gone so far back retrograde, it has left Leo, it has entered Cancer, or your 11th house. Now that the Mars retrograde is in your 11th house, you might start to feel that the feelings of frustrations are now moving towards more your long-term vision, goals, plans. Maybe there's some frustrations when it comes to your friendship group, the communities that you belong to. So you might find that this feeling of sort of stop and go is happening now with that area of your life. Maybe you plan to hang out with your friends and you make plans and it's like, oh no, we need to cancel the plans. And then, oh no, okay, let's make second plans. Oh no, we also need to cancel those plans. And there's a bit of that back and forth energy there. And it could also be with your future goals. Oh, well, I want to live there, or I want to buy a house, and then retracing and saying, oh, maybe not, maybe yes. These could be the themes coming up for you. And I mean, Mars will be retrograde for another month. It will go direct again in February. So you do still have some time to work through these energies. But just remember, it won't last forever. And we will meet each other very soon on the other side of it. A couple of days later, on January 12th, we have the North and the South node entering a new pair of signs. This is a very important event. The North and the South node will be in the new signs for 1.5 years, so all the way until mid-2027. And for you, Virgo, this is very important because the nodes are entering your 1st and 7th house. This means that for the next 1.5 years, you might experience some karmic events that really alter your life. Being in the 1st and 7th, this could be many things. It could be with how you show up in the world, your personality. It could have to do with your relationship as well. But you do see that things are really shifting for you in the next 1.5 years. And because the South Node is in your 1st house, you will probably have to step away from some of those shadow sides of the 1st house, relying on yourself too much, trying to stand out too much from the crowd, being maybe a bit egotistical. and you will need to step more towards this North Node in the 7th house, which is being more compromising, being focused on creating an equal relationship with this other person. That is all I will say about the North and the South Node for now, but do keep in mind that I will do a live dedicated to this happening, this astrological event. It will be in much more detail, and we will go through all rising signs. So if you want to make sure you learn more about the North and the South Node in Virgo and Pisces, then make sure you hit that subscribe button so that you'll be notified when the live is happening. The next day, on January 13th, there is a full moon in Cancer in your 11th house. We are seeing that you are reaping what you sowed when it comes to your friendships and communities, and when it comes to your future goals and plans. The moon is quite close to Mars. They are almost conjuncting, and because of this, we do see that there might be it's an emotional moon. It's in Cancer after all, but especially because Mars is retrograde, we might see that we have a tendency to repress our feelings, repress our frustration, repress our anger. And I just wanted to flag that, make sure you're on the lookout and try and find your own healthy expressions, healthy ways of releasing these frustrating feelings. And I will also share that during this full moon, we have a square between Jupiter and Venus, which could give us the tendency to overindulge. You might find yourself facing these uncomfortable feelings, repressing your anger and your frustrations. And as a result, you might want to overindulge in food or TV or whatever your demons are. So just do keep an eye out and make sure that you're not overindulging to the extent where a week later you would look back on it and think, wow, I'm really not proud of what I did. Then we reach a period of 5 days, which can be a little bit tough. This is the period from January 16th to January 21st. And the reason it's a tough period is because we have the same happenings, the same events, the same feelings arising from that Mars-Pluto opposition at the beginning of the month. The reason these same issues are coming up is because the Sun is now going exactly over that same spot where those two planets opposed each other. So first on the 16th, the Sun will oppose Mars, then it will enter Aquarius and conjunct Pluto. So you might see those frustrations again with your spirituality, with your ability to take care of your health and your day-to-day routine. And I do have to add that while at the beginning of the month, you could at least rely on your partnership to help you out with this tough time, during these 5 days, that might be a bit more difficult. This is because Venus in your 7th house will be conjuncting Saturn, which could mean that some of that beautiful relationship energy you had is struggling a bit. You might be facing some setbacks, some roadblocks in that area. But don't worry, because as the month moves on and as we enter February, things should ease up a little bit. We close off the month on the 29th with a new moon in Aquarius. And just 2 days later, on the 31st of January, we also have Uranus going direct. And I do have to add that what we're working towards in February is a beautiful conjunction between Venus, Neptune, and the North Node in your 7th house. So you will, in general, feel like that relationship dynamic is becoming much more harmonious and something that's much more supportive. But, closing off the month on that new moon on the 29th in your 6th house, we do see that you're also starting a new beginning with your health and your routine. Maybe you want to implement a new routine, you want to start a new diet, a new exercise regime. This is a wonderful time to do that at the end of the month with the new moon. And because Uranus is going direct, you might find that you are adding your own unique twist to this routine. No longer doing a routine, no longer doing a diet because society thinks you should do it, but really asking yourself what it is that you want, what is it that aligns with your needs. So overall, Virgo, I hope you are excited for the month of January. We do see a bit of relationship focus with your partner as well as with your friendships, your communities. And we, of course, have the focus on your spirituality as well as your tangible human body, having a routine and taking care of your body. So honestly, a beautiful couple of themes to focus on for the month ahead. And don't forget, if you live in the Netherlands, I would love if you could join me for the workshop on January 25th. Together with Atelier Clay, we'll be hosting a hand building workshop where we build a bowl while having a discussion about the 2025 astrology. I will leave all the details down below in the comments. And if you'd like to reserve your spot, you can email the email that you see right here. Thanks, Virgo. Enjoy January, and I hope to see you again soon.